Hi guys, how are y'all tonight? Welcome to the J Zone. Tonight we are talking about The Birds from 1963, Alfred Hitchcock's historic classic. Now, I first saw this film back in 2004 on TCM during like their 31 Days of Oscar. Then I later got it on DVD. Got this from Blockbuster Video, if anybody remembers that at the time. So that's my DVD. With The Birds. Alright, and I hadn't seen this film in a number of years, and they recently did a 60th anniversary filming screening of that a few weeks ago, so I got a chance to see that, and I enjoyed. So I haven't seen many of Hitchcock's film. Obviously, he's the master of suspense. If you see my little Psycho poster, gifted to me, Christmas gift a few years ago from my friend Eric. Thank you for that. But yeah, pretty much Hitchcock I've seen pretty much just Psycho and The Birds. So I think I saw Vertigo once years ago. I don't really remember it. So do you love Hitchcock? What are your favorite Hitchcock movies? And what Hitchcock films should I definitely put on my to-watch list? Now, The Birds, a story from Daphne du Maurier. I hope I'm saying her name wrong. Came out in 1963, 60 years ago, the 60th anniversary. In 2016, this film was selected for the Library of Congress for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically accurate. The Bird stars Rob Taylor, Veronica Cartwright, Suzanne Pleshette, and the legendary Jessica Tandy, who I know her mostly from Driving Miss Daisy, which I saw back in middle school, and I love that movie, and I later saw her in Fried Green Tomatoes, so I think I saw her in a movie, Batteries Not Included. Does all that. So if you love Jessica Tandy, again, if she has some other great classic movie as a check out, let me know. And introducing Tippi Hedren, who's her main star in this film. So this young woman, Melody Daniels, travels to this mysterious town of Bodega Bay, California, when all these mysterious birds attacks seem to be done by her rival. So a lot of the action is done towards the later half of the film, so there's quite a lot of dialogue and story built up. So I really enjoyed the conversational pieces of this movie. I'm using my notes here if you see me looking down. Particularly Melanie and Mitch, they meet in this bird shop, and she pretends to be this bird salesperson, and he wants to buy some lovebirds for his sister. And there's this kind of like flirtatiousness throughout the two of them, back and forth between this movie. And he's a lawyer, and he noticed her from court, so he's kind of playing a joke on her. You know, he knows she doesn't work there, but he's kind of playing with her. And obviously she doesn't know much about birds, so he leaves. And I asked my friend about this, and I've been watching like movie reactions on YouTube, and I'm like, how does she just has all this time to do this. She goes on this wild goose chase trying to find out who this guy is. She gets his license plate, then she drives to his apartment. She gets these lovebirds delivered the next day. She finds out that he lives in Bodega Bay, which is like 2 hours or so by freeway. So she goes on the task, drives all this way, and it's a little cute with the lovebirds sitting there, and they're kind of like, as the cars move, the lovebirds are kind of just moving back. That's cute. She goes through all this trouble. She finds the town. She ends up renting a boat because she wants to kind of deliver these without being seen. She wants to deliver to the sister. She doesn't know the sister's name. It's the sister's name, Alice. Or what was the other name? Alice. Or I forget the other name. But they tell her to drive, find the school teacher, Annie Hayworth. She'll be able to tell you. She goes to Annie Hayworth's. Goes to all this trouble. The girl's name is Kathy. And Miss Hayworth is quite mysterious. She obviously has some history with Mitch. Good luck, Miss Daniels. I love the conversations between Annie Hayworth and Melanie. Get more into that. My friend says that she's a woman of leisure, so that proves that she's young, she's a socialite, she has this money, she has all this time on her hands. Obviously, she has time do this because I was like, who would go through all this trouble for this? So obviously, I enjoy Melanie and Annie, their conversations, including when they first meet, and then she goes on this ruse by telling Mitch that she came up to see Annie, and they went to school together, and that's who she originally came up to see, which is just a fib. And after she stays with Annie, Annie has a room, conveniently has a room for rent, so she stays with her. And I love their conversation at the house that night. And we learn a little bit of Annie's backstory with her and Mitch, and I can relate to that. And even though it didn't work out, she wants to be near Mitch, and that's why she chooses to stay there, because she doesn't want to lose that friendship. And earlier that day, we had the first bird attack. Melanie is hit on the head. After she delivers the bird to Mitch, he drives on the other side of the docks to meet her, and she's whacked in the head. That's the first attack. And what other attacks do we have? The first, I guess, like, mass attack, I believe, is at Kathy's birthday party. And then we have the attack. The chimney attack is my favorite. I love the little, I think those are the sparrow attacks. To me, that scene looks the most fake. But I love that scene. And I love reenacting Jessica Tandy's moment. Her reenaction when she comes down. But after that, so then we had the big school attack. Those were the crows, and I believe there were ravens, I believe. Got the gas station attack, and also loved the back and forth to the townspeople. Mrs. Bundy and Melanie and the other patrons of the diner, so I love that scene. Who are you? Who are you? They tell me when you came, that's when the whole thing started. I think you're the cause of all this. I think you're evil. Evil! Classic, I love that. And then we have the finale attack, where I guess everybody else has kind of fled and left town, and so Melanie has just kind of attached herself to this family. I also love the moments that Melanie share with Lydia, who at first she's really cold and she doesn't want any woman just coming in, taking Mitch. There's those a nice scene where Lydia, after she discovers a horrifying scene, she's put to bed and Melanie brings her tea and they have this wonderful conversation back and forth. And also at the end of the film when Melanie is attacked and she's catatonic now and hysterical, and Lydia is just kind of cradling her as they're in the car, making their way out forever. So what else? So yeah, do you enjoy The Birds? When did you first see it? Did you love it? Is it one of your favorite Hitchcock films? Let me know, along with Psycho. Let me know if you'd like me to touch on Psycho in the Psycho series. And so let me know what you think of The Birds. And I have a theory about The Birds, which I was thinking about. It kind of reminds me of Jordan Peele's Us. How I'll try not to spoil it, but yeah. So I'm thinking that The Birds is kind of like an uprising. Like the Birds are just kind of like second, third, fourth place. They were obviously here maybe before the humans. Don't quote me on that. And they're just tired of the way humans have just treated the environment, the planet, the animals, just kind of discarded them, and just their lack of like respect for all things living. So the birds are kind of saying, we're gonna try to get rid of all the humans, and we're gonna be like the center. We're gonna reclaim what's rightfully ours, what we had first. So that's kind of my theory. What did you take away from it? Like, why were the birds doing this? They didn't seem to start till Melanie arrived in town. Was she the cause of it? Let me know your theories, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you liked it. Hope you subscribe. Come back to see the J-Zone. Check me out on Instagram if you like. The J-Zone 87, THAJYZONE. Stay tuned for my coming videos. I promise they're coming if you watch some of my other ones. The time I met Michael Jackson, and also my kidney transplant story. So follow those. All right, I'm the J. This is the J Soon, and be careful out there from those birds. All right, take care.